Good morning, everyone, afternoon or evening. This is Michelle. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the ZZ plant, or the Zuzu plant, or the Eternity plant. Its botanical name is in the title, so you could always look it up and do some of your research on that. Okay, so I have this plant in a few different stages. Um, the reason why I wanted to do this video is because the first time I've seen this plant, this is what a mature leaf looked like. I hope you could see this well. Was in a shopping mall, and I was, oh my goodness, this plant looks mad fake. And I went up to it, and I'm one of those people that will touch the leaves I will touch the leaves on plants in the mall. And I was, oh my goodness, I need to get this plant. That was maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. I didn't get a chance to I got a couple of cutting leaves from one of the employees at the mall that was the caretaker. I was there having my breakfast one day, this Yorkdale Mall in Toronto. And I'm sitting right beside this plant, just eating and admiring it. And he goes, "It's a nice plant." And I said, "Yes, yes." And anyway, so I ended up getting 2 leaves cutting from it. He gave me 2 of the bottom leaves because this plant doesn't really shed. It doesn't really lose its leaves unless you're doing something really, really wrong. So anyway, so I got that. He said to put it in the dirt, and I did, to put it in the soil. And what had happened here was that this part of the leaf fell off. And then I saw this, but I didn't know what that was because there was absolutely nothing really growing from it. And I thought, okay, I don't know what that is. Was that already in the soil? So I threw it out. I threw this out because this part was rotted. And I thought, okay, let me do a video for somebody else who might be propagating from a leaf and sees this and think, oh no, the thing is dead. It is not dead. So what I did is I took it from, which one was it? I think it was from this one. So I had taken it from here just so that you could see what happened. There's actually 4 of those in here. You can't really see it because they sort of blend with the soil, with the mix that I have. So I'm just gonna put this back. I took it out just to sort of show. Sometimes the leaves stay green throughout the whole growth of the plant. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes this happens, that it's just a rotted leaf. So what I'm gonna do here, I do have it making a mess, but that's okay. That's how we learn. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, like, the soil is wet down here because I watered this plant not too long ago. So I'm gonna put this back. Yeah, I'll just put it like this. And try not to disturb the roots too much. The thing about plants, it'll move around in there. It'll find its way. So I'm just gonna put this back. But I had to share this because this was like funny. You learn stuff as you begin on your journey. That's why I'm doing the legwork for you. Okay. So yes, what you've seen before, what I do is I water propagated the leaf. And this was one of them. So it looks like that. And then it creates this rhizome, this potato-looking rhizome. And here is another example. I have maybe 4 of them in here. And again, the leaves took all the rhizome took all the energy from the leaf. But I cut them off so that it doesn't look too bad. But you can leave them. Like when it becomes very crispy, then that's where I cut it off to almost near the soil level. So this is another example of this. Now, those leaves came from this plant here. This, the it's a boy, so I feel weird saying the mother plant, but Big Z here, it's a boy to me. Big Z here um, is a very mature plant. It's about, I would say, maybe at least 6 years old. And I don't know if you could see it in the frame, but it's got really big leaves, and it gets a lot of lighting. In my house, it gets a lot of lighting, and I water it quite a bit. Not ridiculous, but quite a bit. It can go without water for a long time, but I've never done that. I find that if you water it consistently and you give it a lot of lighting, then you'll get a really tall, beautiful plant. So it shoot out shoots. The original shoots are very tall, and then some of the these were the original, so they were really small compared to the other plant. And I'm trying to. Some people just let the plant grow wild. I like some aesthetics to my plant because they're gonna have to fit in my space, and if I kind of like it to be more narrow. So what happened is I tied them to sort of keep them together so that they don't branch out like this way. I kind of like them to go this way. So these were the smaller shoots, offshoots, and I didn't like it. I want them all to be kind of even. So I removed some of the leaves from the bottom here, from here, and then I put it in water. And this is what you get. So this one put out this. It's ready to go into the soil because you can see the roots are here. It's got, this one has three rhizome in there. This one I took even more leaves. From this plant here, I took all the leaves from the top and just left this part here. And again, it produced about again 3 rhizome, one big one and 2 little small one. I'm gonna leave this in water for until spring. The reason why I'm not, it's not because it's where I'm in a zone 5 and 6 as the title says. I'm in the zone 5 and 6, so this is Canada, and it's winter right now. You can repot really at any time, but I find that in the fall and the winter, that's when it's easier for me to get fungus gnat outbreak. So I try not to repot my water propagation in the wintertime. I wait till the spring or when it's warmer that I could move these plants outdoors and then keep the soil as wet as possible. Because when you go from water to soil, you have to make sure that your soil stay pretty moist, not soaking wet but moist. And fungus gnat are attracted to decay and wet soil. If you overwater your plant, that's usually when you start getting those little fruit fly looking gnats that just drives everyone crazy. So to avoid that in the from end of fall to now in the winter time, all my plants are watered from the bottom. So this one is in a cache pot, and I just put some water in here. About for this size, I put maybe half a cup of water, so it only gets wet to up to here. So this way, the other half of the soil stays dry, and then less likely to encourage the gnats to lay their eggs on top of the soil. So I don't have none, but I do have very little right now. Okay, so from this cutting here, I have removed all these leaves, and I have planted when they rooted in when they were all water propagated, and then I put them here. I planted them here. So these are the offshoots from the leaves, the way that this had been. This one here was propagated from a stem cutting. This also was the original offshoot from the rhizome. These 3 really. and I cut them back because I didn't really want these small little stems at the bottom of the plant. Like these ones are not too bad because there's a few of them, so the pot still looks full. But at that time, only one of my leaves survived because, as I said before, I threw out the other two because I thought they were rotted. Um, you know, when you know better, you do better. So with these ones, I potted maybe, I'm gonna say 4 because that's usually how much I usually put in here. So these offshoots are from the 4 leaves that I've put. This one here was an actual, this I potted. I let it root in water, and then I put that. I planted that. So this one is a little taller, and that's okay. So as you could see, normally with this plant, it prefers, ooh, let me shine this up a little bit here so it looks better in the camera. Usually when I water the plant, excuse me, when I water the plant is when I dust them. But as I'm doing this video, this is good because when I do the video, I get a chance to just clean my plants as I talk to you. So let me quickly do this because just looking at them dusty like that drives me nuts. Since they're like right there. So microfiber cloth, and I just wipe them. I know some people kind of shine the leaves with neem oil. I've never done that. I'm not quite sure how, if it's not gonna burn the leaves or what have you. I just use a cloth. This plant here, easy to take care of, very easy to take care of. It's not picky in terms of water or soil. I give it tap water. As you can see, all the salt build up here. In the spring, depending on the growth pattern, when I repot it, then it gets a fresh new soil for the year. When I water it, I give it, like I said, in the summertime, I drench it all the way from the top and let the water run from the bottom, and then that's it. That's how I water the plant. In the wintertime, because again, I don't want the fungus gnat, I water it from the bottom. So I will put half a cup of water in the cash pot, and then I would let the plant soak it up. I would say 90% of my plants are in cash pot, so it's easy for me to water from the bottom. This way I just put the water in the cash pot, put the plant in, and that's it. It likes to be dry. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. It likes to dry between watering because these petioles are very thick. That's when it grows, it has this sheet that comes up. I just pull it off because I'm trying not to have too much decay in the soil because that encourages pests. So if I see it, you don't have to pull it off, but if I see it, I pull it off. Oh, okay, back on track here. In terms of watering, water it, let it dry between water. What I do with my plants is I lift them up a little bit. If it feels, this one's not too bad. If it feels really light, I give it water at the bottom. If it's still heavy, I'll leave it alone. In terms of pests, I haven't had any pests with this plant. Nothing really likes to eat it. It stays green and beautiful the whole time. This was because it was water propagated, so it's transitioning. But generally, this plant I've had for over 6 years, and I've never had, this is the first time I'm seeing yellow leaves on these plants. I might keep them because they kind of look good yellow too. But generally, this plant really doesn't, if you give it the proper watering, I do fertilize this plant. Some people don't, but I do. Because if it's growing, you might as well fertilize it. easy to take care of, easy to propagate, put it in water, and wait, and wait, and wait. It takes a long time to propagate, I find, compared to, say, the potos, which give you instant satisfaction and gratification. This plant, it takes a while. Like this, I think, were planted, oh, I'm going to say over the summer. And this was already this tall, so ignore this part. So it would be these ones that are the new growth. Excuse me. So these ones are the ones that are the new growth. And they're slow. They're very, very slow. So it takes a while, but then you could just enjoy it at the different stages. So there you have it. So you take a leaf. In this case, see, I would take a leaf that's nice and healthy. This one has a little bit of a burn mark on it. But I try to take as healthy as a leaf as you can get. You just cut it from just right here. You put it in water and you wait. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.